And sometimes requests from the citizens like these pop up. So, housing problem, no roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They are falling ill from the sleeping outside in the terrible cold. We would better do something about it. And we have a few choices. I will provide shelter for everyone. I will provide some shelter, or I won't address this right now. I'm not going to address this right now because there are more important things that we have to do. For example, we need food. And so that's my next goal, to get some food. And you can do that by building a cookhouse, and that will turn raw food into food rations. And those food rations they can eat. They can't eat raw food. And we need a hunter's hut, so we can hunt and we get some raw food. The heating is off, the generator. People are afraid they will freeze to death. Okay, so we got enough coal. What we can do is we can turn on the generator. And there it goes. Big moment. There's also a quest there. A word of advice, the wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix your problem your way, it's fine. Okay. Thank you. And we got 2 meters. So we got hope. And we got discontent. So my interpretation of these 2 bars is that discontent is how comfortable they are. For example, if you put them to work for 24 hours, people will be less comfortable. They will start complaining because they have to work for 24 hours. It's not fun. And for example, lack of shelter. That's also something that makes discontent rise. Request ignored is apparently also something which makes the discontent rise. So that's how comfortable they are. And hope shows how likely people think they are going to make it. So now it's minus 20 degrees. You know, it's not the best weather, but we can make it. But like in a few days, the temperature is gonna drop. And there are gonna be way more problems than these, than the temperature dropping. So the hope shows how likely people think we're gonna make it. And you want to get the hope up, because you want people to be hopeful they're gonna make it, and discontent low. And there are different events in the game that makes these 2 bars change. And we will see, we will see. So food, the generator hums with reassuring warmth. So we finished the first quest, kind of. But we didn't take it for granted. But we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food. There will be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. I'm gonna do that, yes. So to get a cookhouse, we need 20 wood. But the day has ended. We can put them to work for 24 hours, but I don't see any need for that right now. People are also falling sick, so. We also have to build a medical post. We also need wood for that, so. So what we can do now is we can also get a new law. And what I want to do is, food is really important, so we're gonna mess with the food. What we can do is we can make soup. We can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. And what we also can do is we can do food additives. We can add sawdust to the meal to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. So the sawdust is less healthy, but the soup will make the discontent rise. So I'm gonna go for the less healthy option, and that's the sawdust, because I don't want the discontent to rise every time they eat. Let them eat sawdust. Right? So yeah. Wait, won't we get sick? Yeah, you will. You will. But this is our best solution right now. We need to survive. So we need to take drastic measures like eat sawdust. Or add sawdust to meals. The next thing I'm gonna build is a cookhouse. And after that we can build a hunter's hut. Maybe that can wait as well. And we might be able to build a workshop first. And what is a workshop? Workshop is a place where research is done. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wait with the hunter's hut because we got some raw food. Let's employ some people here. So we got some raw food and that's now being turned into food rations. Let's put them on a sawdust diet. I heard is not healthy. And it won't make you lose weight. But is really economical. Because look at this, 4 food rations for 2 raw food, and there's 6 food rations for 2 raw food. So 50% increase for the same amount of rations. The hunter's hut, it can wait a little. I'm gonna immediately start researching. And what's the first thing that we're gonna start researching? We can do a beacon. Let's immediately start with the beacon. And what does the beacon do? It allows us, and you will see that in just a second, it allows us to explore the surrounding areas with scouts. And we also have enough for a hunter's hut. Let's build 2 of those. And that's one of the mistakes that I constantly make when I play every kind of game, not only this game, but I build too much too fast. So I build things that are not necessary and I waste resources. And by wasting resources, it gets way more difficult. So I should not be building things so fast. Sir, a woman came forward after we built workshops. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she is sure they are still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we will send out. She urges you to hurry. So she wants us to find her husband and our child, and we do that by building, by researching a beacon and building the beacon. And building some scout teams that are gonna search the surrounding areas. So I also don't have workers. So I can pull off some workers from that pile. I can put them on the hunter's hut. Because we got some coal stockpiled, I think that's enough for now. And what we also could do is we could. So you have 2 kind of workers. You have the regular workers and you have the engineers. The engineers can work at workshops. So regular workers can work at workshops. And regular workers can only work at hunter's hut. So sometimes you also have to kind of micromanage that. And for example, the gathering post can employ both. So sometimes you have to manage the workers as well. Workers needed. There's much to do and not enough hands to do it. A quick way for addressing this problem is to put our children to work. Open. So now we can also get a 3rd law. There are different things we can get. I'm gonna do something with the children. Am I gonna put them to work? No, I'm gonna make them stay in child shelters. Because, you know, children should not be working. Not even in these desperate times. Let them get educated. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like. Also, leave a comment. Comments really help with the algorithm. That would be really nice if you did that. And also subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episode. Thank you guys for watching again, and bye bye.